Hey there, friends. So we're going to go over a little of everything, if that makes sense. So I've gotten a lot of feedback that some of you wanted just a little bit more information about some of the basics, but not going too basic. So this will be a little bit of a long presentation because I'm trying to include a little of everything that's been asked. But as always, if it's not what you're looking for or you need more information, definitely reach out to me. So, on that note, let's go ahead and get started. So, let's just say we're going to make it our mission to get rid of all of these crazy grammar mistakes out there. So, for example, this is one of my biggest pet peeves is when we don't use doesn't or don't correctly. For example, we do not say he don't like to talk on the phone. The correct way would be he doesn't like to talk on the phone. So we're going to go over some of the basics and kind of go over why we don't do that. So let's start with the first rule. Subjects and verbs must agree in number. So for example, if the subject is singular, then the verb must also be singular. So if the subject is plural, which means we're talking about more than one thing, then the verb must also be plural. So for example, singular subjects of a sentence. Let's look at this column. Lisa, friend, apple, birthday, store, dog, she, he, it. Singular meaning we're talking about one thing. Now let's look at singular verbs. These end, incidentally, with as. Plays, likes, wants, knows, runs, is, has, was, does. Plural subjects, most nouns end in S. Lisa and Mike, friends, apples, and so forth. And then, of course, if it's a plural subject, we're not going to have a plural verb. Play, like, want, know, run. All right. When dealing with a contraction, this is rule number 2, we only look at the verb. So look at this. Mr. White doesn't like to fly. So remember, a singular subject needs a singular verb. Let's go on to rule number 3. When identifying the subject, avoid prepositional phrases. The flowers need water. It's not going to be needs, it's going to be need. And of course, we don't need to say in the vase. So again, the flowers need water. So remember, a plural subject needs a plural verb. So now we're going to move on to more technical rules. Collective nouns are singular subjects. So family is a collective noun. Even though it consists of more than one person, it is considered one single unit. So you have one family, even if you have 4 family members. My family celebrates Hanukkah. Family is the singular subject. And of course, we would pick celebrates. Collective nouns are singular subjects. Some of our common collective nouns are family, group, team, class, audience, organization, or committee. Mrs. Thompson's class is quite talkative. We, of course, will use is. The audience claps at the end of the play. My dance team practices 4 nights a week. The band performs at every football game. Number 5, let's go to indefinite pronouns, which are often singular. Everybody is an indefinite singular pronoun. An indefinite pronoun doesn't specify the noun it replaces. Everybody wants to win. Everybody is the singular subject. And of course, we would pick wants. Indefinite pronouns are often singular. So let's take a look at some examples. Everybody, everyone, anything, anyone, someone, no one, and so forth. And there's a list for you to look at. And remember, again, we want to ignore prepositional phrases. So each seems nice. We can kind of cross out the prepositional phrase of the 5th grade teachers. Another example, nothing is very well organized. The next one will cross out the prepositional phrase by the bikes and we'll say something is making a strange sound. So there's another example. Let's go to number 6. Indefinite pronouns can be plural. Both is an indefinite plural pronoun. An indefinite pronoun doesn't specify the noun it replaces. Both look interesting. And of course, both is the plural subject. Indefinite pronouns can be plural. Both, few, many, others, several. Those are some examples. And of course, remember to ignore prepositional phrases. So we will cross out of the students. So for example, a few have good ideas. Many are going to be late. We'll go ahead and go down to number 7. A noun with 2 joined parts is plural. Scissors is an example of a word with 2 joined parts. We tend to think of scissors as one object, but it must be considered plural. The scissors are sharp. So one way to look at it is if you look at the scissors that open and close that cut paper or even hair, there's 2 parts of it, and you need 2 of them to obviously make the scissors work. So because there's 2, you can kind of think to yourself, that would be plural. 1 pair of scissors, but there's 2 to obviously cut paper or hair. So that 2 would make it plural. I do that obviously with glasses. So I wear glasses, but it is plural. And I think of it this way because I have 2 eyes. I just can't have one glass. I need 2 lenses over my eyes, therefore glasses. But you find what works for you and how you can remember. Number 4, a noun with 2 joined parts is plural. And I just went over glasses. Glasses and words, obviously, with similar constructions. Binoculars, goggles, spectacles. So again, binoculars, you look at them with both of your eyes. So there's going to be 2 parts to it. So again, plural. And then pants. You definitely want to have that S at the end because you have 2 legs. Same thing with shorts, jeans, tights, and leggings. The exception, of course, is your underwear because that's singular. And then we already went over scissors. And then, of course, tweezers, tongs, pliers. My goggles are at the bottom of the pool. Kendra's tights have a hole in the knee. Of course, we want to take out the prepositional phrase and we can say that pair is too expensive. And of course, pair is the subject. Pair is singular. You need a singular verb. Number 8, here and there are never subjects. When here and there begin a sentence, the subject follows the verb. There are 10 kids on my team. Kids is the plural subject. So of course we would use are. And here's a couple of examples. There is an annoying bee buzzing near my ear. Here is the book I borrowed from you. Here comes the first marathon runner. And there's some more for you to kind of look at. I'll go a little bit slower in case you need to pause this video. Oh, wow. And on that note, let's go over to number 9. Non-count nouns are singular subjects. Grass is a non-count noun. A non-count noun cannot be counted or it's too small to count. It is viewed as one mass or group. The grass needs to be mowed. Grass is the singular subject. And then, of course, we would pick needs. Non-count nouns are singular subjects like water, milk, coffee, tea, gasoline, air, oxygen, smoke, sugar, salt, rice, flour, popcorn, and corn. Non-count nouns are singular subjects. So ice, bread, butter, cheese, gold, money, soccer, dance, baseball, rain, fog, snow, fire, energy, weather. The flour that fell on the floor needs to be swept away. And again, ignore prepositional phrases. So I do repeat myself quite often, and it's because if I repeat to you, then I'm trying to drill it into your head the best way I know to help you remember. So yes, you may hear me repeating stuff like, oh, Amanda, you just said that. I'm doing it on purpose to kind of better help you understand and remember. So, of course, because we're ignoring prepositional phrases, we're going to take out a flour. So the bags weigh 10 pounds. The water is perfect for swimming. Spaghetti is my favorite food. Of course, we'll take out of butter. It's a prepositional phrase. 2 sticks are needed for the cookie recipe. Number 10, units of distance, time, and money are singular. Distances, sums of money, and periods of time are considered one unit and are considered singular. 5 miles is too far to walk. Miles is the singular subject. 10 years has passed since I last saw my aunt. $5 is the cost of driving on the toll road. $50 is too much to pay for those shoes. Portion words have a very special rule. Some, all, most, a lot, and majority are portion words. They are often followed by the word of. Please, please, please keep this in mind. This is one time when you will look at the prepositional phrases to help you determine whether you're going to use the singular verb or the plural verb. So again, before we're ignoring the prepositional phrase. However, when it comes to portion words, this is one time we're going to take a look at it. Portion words have a very special rule. If the noun in the phrase is considered plural, use a plural verb. Some of the girls want to swim. Some is the subject, but it's also a portion word. So I have to look at the phrase to guide me. The noun in the phrase is countable, meaning we can count girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I must use a plural verb. So we want to use want. And portion words have a very, very special rule. I know I keep repeating that, but I'm trying to drill it into your head. If the noun in the phrase is considered singular, use a singular verb. Most of the cheese is moldy. Most is the subject, but it's also a portion word. So I have to look at the phrase to guide me. And so again, the noun in the phrase is a non-count noun. So I must use a singular verb. And of course, we use is. If you have any questions or you need more information or me to better explain this, please reach out to me. So this is what some of you requested for me or from me to do. So I hope this has been helpful, but if not, keep those requests coming. Ask me some questions. I'm always here to help. Take care, my friends.